Welcome to another episode of the APL Spotlight Series. Incredible guests the world over with amazing backgrounds, experience, stories, and more. It's not always a near-death experience, out-of-body experience. This happened to me, and so on. It's their high vibe they're sharing with all of us, you, the audience. And something special about this offshoot of the Angels Positivity and Love show, the main show, which our guest today from Santa Monica, California, has been on. And she's also been on some of our Mind, Body, Spirit panels. This show is highlighting some of my favorite guests that I want to have back on. We typically air it the same day or within 72 hours of when it tapes. Something about all of this, though, is guests are quietly and sometimes not so quietly and sometimes jointly on the panels, taking steps with the universe on the show. I think that differentiates us from most of the shows out there. And what's more important is you can do the same. Smell lit sage through the screen, interact with an angel, have an angel show up if you want to go all gutsy and crazy, do it. You only have to be here, not up here, and most of the guests are here to point the way to your big heart that already exists. So, speaking of which, Susann Taylor Shier coming to us from Santa Monica, California. Soulmastery.net is her website, but let's just describe her in plain English. Spiritual teacher, totally connected to the universe, has had incredible journeys all over the galaxy. Eyes closed, I would argue. But the point is, she's got a lot of experience under the belt, and she loves sharing and teaching and helping others. Super seasoned is just how I want to end it up. Just amazing at what she does. So, Susann, great to see you again.
Great to be with you, Michael, and all the beings that you draw in. And I really, really hope everybody takes advantage of you and the connection. When the sage comes in, do it. Don't just be an observer. It's not a time anymore to be an observer. Let yourself have it all. It's coming to you. Yeah.
Well spoken. Good reminder for us all. And let's do this. What's the big picture these days? How can a person who's working a 9 to 5 or working 100 hours a week, slaving away maybe 3 jobs, or feeling trapped or stuck, the usual human thinking, how can they take heart and take a breath and even smile and relax for a moment with this what's going on for mankind thing?
It's the remembrance that our very essence is beauty and wonder. Eckhart Tolle, I don't have the quote exactly, but he said something to the effect that we were created as an essence of beauty, something of that nature. I don't know if he used the word essence, but I went, wow, wow, that is life force. We are grand creators, right? We came into a creator universe because we're grand creators and we've known that as a soul. So coming into a human reality was, wow, let's create beauty in the physical capacity. So the way we flip the moment around, besides just going, oh, yeah, I'm beauty and wonder. Yeah, I know that, but I'm really angry at my boss, right? Is to take a moment and notice the beauty and wonder that's right in front of you. So, for instance, right now on the screen, Michael's shirt, Beauty and Wonder. Somebody made that and got those flowers on it. It's amazing. The light in the lamps behind him, the photos behind him. We'll talk about, Michael's beautiful too, but right? But we can just look at our environment and see for a moment there's the light. Yeah, there's always light. The beauty and the wonder. And if you possibly can, say for instance, you're driving home, you, um, you can shift everything. Now, I would say go to nature, look at a house plant, and look at that plant and commune with it, and it will be there with you. You can actually give your stress to that plant and go, okay, I would like to do an exchange with you, your life force for my force of life that's sort of off right now, but I'm going to give it to you and we're going to do an exchange. And that plant will go, I love this, right? And it will help you transmute. That's what nature is about. It's the beauty and wonder all around us. So even if we don't live in the middle of a forest preserve, we always have the magic of something. Watching a tea kettle boil, whatever it is, just go, oh yeah. I don't care what happens to me. I will never lose beauty and wonder and have it with me.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Talk to us about each person has a really big heart, whether they know it or not.
Mm.
What's this all about?
Our heart is beautiful. It's bigger than our physical heart. We've got the emotional heart, and we've got what I call the sacred heart. The sacred heart is the real soul level heart that we have behind our emotional heart. It's huge. Why is it so huge? Because it's beyond our body. It's not just in the body, it is the representation of the universal heart. That is our true umbilical cord, in fact, right? If you imagine, and anyone could imagine in this moment, a universal heart, right? Just imagine a heart up in the sky. It could be red, it could be a candy heart look. It could be a Valentine heart with I love you, imprinted on it. If it's in the universe, it's a universal heart representation. When you put that beyond in your expanded nature, the universe goes, oh, okay, you're connecting into the universal heart. You want to do that. So you bring that into your sacred heart. Everybody, you can do that right now. Your little representation symbol, bring it into your sacred heart. You can make it gold if that helps. And go, wow, I am that heart of gold. I am that universal heart. Whether you've been mad today, sad today, afraid today, I am that golden universal heart. In this moment, I am that universal heart. I'm much bigger than all of this emotional stuff that churns in my physical heart. Yeah.
This could be a little bit of a serious question. When do you think the mainstream of folks out there, the majority of folks out there, will know something is up with planet Earth for humanity, that there actually might be some sort of shift? Is it higher vibrations? Everybody one day wakes up and is seeing auras automatically on each other, which is a lot to take in, but you'd get over it in about a day. But it would make life a lot easier. Anytime somebody starts lying or acting in a non-love way, the light either dims or it's black light or something. But otherwise, you're seeing colors and you're like, oh my God, I feel lighter. This is a lot easier. Wow. And you're communing with plants. Is there a way you can talk about that tipping point? How do you envision it? Or is it another way that this is kind of going down?
Mm, I think, I feel like it's going to start with intuition. It's the sense of, well, wow, whoa, I heard something, saw something. We all know a lot about synchronicity, and I'm talking about the world in general, know a little bit about, magic and synchronicity, but there will be a feeling as though somebody is talking to us.
Hmm.
It's a voice. We talk about autistic children, and they have that going all the time, that feeling that there's something guiding them. Whether they understand it or not is a different story. But people in general will start to feel or sense or hear a presence of something larger guiding them. And they'll be like, whoa, there's something else out here that I need to listen to.
Hmm.
What is that voice? At first, it scares them, right? Because it feels like it's, a punishing God, or it's my mother, yelling at me. And then they go, wait a minute, it was benevolent. It was, oh, wow, there's something talking to me. Ooh. So I feel like it'll come in that way because that's what that will shift people out of their mind into their listening, intuitive heart to start to trust something larger.
I'm going to bring in an angel early. It'll be Michael next, but Charlotte first, just to add something else on the context for mankind, society. Um, More compassion and kindness is needed for sure by
Yeah, for
for
sure.
all. What's Charlotte have to add? And she's an angel for folks who haven't tuned in. That's an actual photograph of her in light energy form. What's Charlotte have to add to the dialogue?
She says that actually things will shift when people start to recognize that kindness gets them somewhere. That, they're stopping and, helping somebody. A woman trips on the sidewalk and they're fast, moving fast. It's New York City. We got to go. And they all of a sudden they go, wait a minute, I can't pass that up. And then they do something for that person, even for one little second, they'll go, oh, wow, I feel like a whole new person. Not because I helped them, but because I listened here to my heart instead of just going with the program. Yeah.
And Michael's going to do the same thing. He'll have an insight here. Here's Archangel Michael again, a photograph one way. Folks at home, while she's listening, you can put your hands out and just feel the vibe. Treat them like a fireplace, but high vibe, sparkly, catch flowers in the air if you want. Feel what you can.
Yeah, I want to be quiet for a minute to make sure everybody else gets a chance to hear him, what they have to guide them with as well, and not just be sitting there listening to what I'm going to say, because what I am going to say is only a small part of what can happen right now. Okay, guidance from Archangel Michael. Okay, got it.
And what do you get?
It's a song. Bonnie Raitt, You Can Go Your Own Way. Is that the name of
Fleetwood
not
Mac?
Bonnie Raitt, it's a group. It's a group.
Fleetwood Mac?
Fleetwood Mac, that's it. Yeah. What's the lead singer's name?
I was just like, it's so funny, but I was just looking at Fleetwood Mac videos and I can see her face
I know, I can see her face
blanking.
too.
Yeah, I'm blanking on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway. Okay, so he said you can go your own way. So what that relates to that wonderful word called sovereignty. But when people start realizing that their unique expression matters more than trying to belong, that is going to be a huge shift. Because one of the greatest fears is of not belonging, not being part of something that comes from this wound of separation, of disconnection to divinity. We come here and we're like flailing and lost, right? Flailing and lost, and we go, well, what can we belong to? That's how our religion started. That's where all sorts of crazy things are going on now. I want to be part of something. And when we start going, wow, no, I want to be who I am, and that's unique and it's a little scary, that's when a shift will start to happen as well.
Okay, and I'm going to try to ask the next question, but I'm not sure how to ask it. So here it is. There's
Okay.
30,000, let's just look at the spiritual industry. There's 30,000 little groups, and everyone's their own vibration, unique vibration. They're at where they're at, and they know what they know, and they know they might know they don't know a lot. So they're also grasping a little, and they connect with the group, or they connect with they're on their fifth group, or fifth book, fifth author, fifth institute, or fifth seminar. Um, how do you how can you explain all these different flows? It's like Frogger, the video game, versus just being and trusting that it's all within and that the universe will handle all the chess moves for you. Can you talk about that dichotomy? There's so many opportunities today with people to work with that are human. There's also just the universe that's going to do its thing. And it's kind of back to the original topic. You're this huge light within, but you have to get out of the mind to appreciate it. Can you play with all that and bring us somewhere?
Yes, it is a great question because that is this one of the spiritual complexities, perplexities, and snags along the way that many people run into for sure. That feeling of wanting to just, in essence, surrender and say, well, the universe is going to guide me. And that didn't work. And then it's like, well, who's gonna help me? Who's gonna make it safe for me? Who's gonna tell me exactly what to do? And then you get lost in that spiritual woods. And it's like, well, wait a minute. I have no idea what my guiding light is anymore. So how to find your own guiding light, one of the ways that I feel it's really good to do that is basically the way you're doing it, Michael, is you're showing different guides and saying which ones stand out to you of your guidance, not of the people in the outer world, but what essences matter to you the most of spirit, what essences of spirit, and how are how do you have guides that will represent that to you, right? And it may be different archangels. People don't have, don't do it quite like you all the time. Everybody does it differently. What archangel, what being? Maybe their name is like we were talking. One's Lisa. You just call on a being and you go, I feel like you have something to offer me now. That's part of why I've been in the universe so much, because I find that there are planets, there are galaxies, there are beings out there that want to connect and guide us specifically as part of our blueprint, to start to learn to listen to that, not just use intuition to give us answers to our questions, but to be able to connect to the specific guides that are here for us, because that's what we're looking for. We're looking for connection, but not connection to the human realm, although community and connection here is absolutely essential. But first, connection to the beings, the councils that are ours to bring forward in communion with, so we feel we belong to something, and divinity first.
Hmm. And I'm going to put up Michael, Joy, and Charlotte, three angels, one at a time, to also talk about this topic. But I'll do it a different way. And this isn't a knock against anyone or anything. Everyone is 100,000% good where they are, no matter what, in
Yep.
each moment. And growth and expansion never stop. But suppose your very first spiritual experience is at Spirit Rock. Just I'm randomly picking a place, and you decide to become a Buddhist or spin the wheel and it's one of those other categories, and it's 30 years later. In a way, if you took every 4 years and you did a Chinese fire drill and you just chose a different group to join and went in a different direction, in a way, you could argue that could force more expansion. I don't know how to say this, but the point is, changing things up can often be very
Yes.
good. It's a little bit like nutrition or diet.
Yes.
You don't want to always
Absolutely.
do sushi every single night. Here's
Absolutely.
Michael. He's going to have a much better way to say all this.
No, I really appreciate what you're saying, because we do need to change it up. We need to, if we're following a particular path or person, we go, wait a minute, that's all good. And it is good to go, well, what else is there on the smorgasbord of life for me to explore and experience? So let's see what Archangel Michael has to say about that. Well, the classic, there are many ways to the way, and nobody can do it wrong, and nobody can get off path
And
or off track.
that's incredible because that handles it with a ribbon. I'll put up Charlotte and Joy next. What are they saying in the same way?
We are free to experience what is ours to experience. It's not even what is ours to experience, because that means it's a setup. We are free to experience anything we wish to. And it's important to just listen from the heart
Hmm.
as we have those experiences. Listen from the heart about those experiences, about those choices, to know they are aligned with the heart, the universal heart, remember, too.
There's trillions of vibrations and both directions, like a giant piano key, and it's Tom Hanks jumping at FAO Schwartz on the keyboard. But the more you expand, the more you love, the more you practice being in your heart, or the more you're just in your heart and let go, the higher the vibration. You start to go up the curve a little bit. You expand. I don't know how else to say it. There's also some negativity out there. Don't put your focus on it too much. But can you talk to us about that concept? There's people with higher vibrations. If you can, wherever you put your focus, it's like surfing, where you turn is where you go. How do you pay attention with people, to people with higher vibes or joyful vibes? How can that help you? And I'm not sure I'm asking the question right, but joy can help massage this or answer it. Can you reformulate all that? Like your vibration matters and keeping it upbeat and moving forward, that's the fun and easy path.
Absolutely. Yeah. Keeping it upbeat, moving forward, being inspired is how we move forward, how we create inspiration of creation versus making a goal happen, right? If there's somebody you're following because they say I can help you make 10K a day, and you go, yeah, good idea. That's one way to be inspired, which is push and shove. Another way is to say, to feel that sense of a vibration that's higher that can inspire inspire you to be in a place where you can create something more in your life. You want that. We need that. We're all doing that, right? For others. We love doing that. That's fulfilling. That's contribution to inspire and uplift. So we need that from others too, for sure.
Okay, the universe is awfully big. We're not the only casino on the Vegas Strip, mankind. There's a lot of other loving beings out there. No one these days can be shocked by that, and maybe we're going to have disclosure sooner rather than later. Do you have an experience you can share, maybe dream time, but maybe with your eyes open walking down the street, where you interacted, even if it was just for 1 second, with either a galactic being in human form, an angel in human form, or something? I'm going to put up Charlotte's photo in case there's a little reminder. You didn't know that that guy named John at the bus stop 20 years ago was actually an angel. And I'll put up Michael as well. Is there a time you can share that was sort of a story of what happened, how it
Ooh.
went down? And you'd be surprised. They can peel back the onion a little and share.
I hope they can because I'm not a good remember of stories, but because it happens all the time for me.
Have Charlotte close your eyes and have her bring you a vision of that one time and a little reminder. Michael can kick it in too.
Yeah. Sorry, so it's sort of like, come on, we can get there, we can get there. It just happens all the time. That other angel showed up, that other angel. Um,
A
yeah.
stranger, sparkly eyes. They said just the right
Um,
thing. You, the car, the trip, the this, the that.
well, there's so many, but I will just say that there's so many. Uh, in When I was leading a retreat in Grand Cayman Island, we were like, we've got, what was it? 11 of us. We've got to get from one end of the island to the next. And we've all got our luggage. And we're like, could you call a cab or six or 12 shuttles or whatever? And his name, the taxi shuttle driver's name was Mr. Smooth. That in itself was like, oh, he's angelic for sure. And he showed up in this van, and we didn't even have to squeeze in. And he got all the luggage in the back of the van, that building it tall kind of thing. 10 or 11 people at that point. Yeah, we were meeting a few other people, so we weren't all there. It was like, wow. Wow. And so we could all go together. And that was, I mean, it's just little things like that. It's like, okay. He said, well, I was just right around the corner. And I feel like that is the kind of story of the beauty and wonder of life when we're in that place. And you don't have to be in Grand Cayman Island to do that, but you can. But we can always bring up that magic and see what happens. It's even just going on YouTube, going on YouTube and having YouTube show you something, and you're like, versus Instagram. I do YouTube more than Instagram. It's like, okay, Spirit, give me something I'm looking for and use YouTube to do it because I don't know where it's supposed to come from. And there's a little short, they call them shorts, a little short piece, and bam, it's just what Spirit wants to bring.
I
Yeah.
love it. With your permission, I'll put these three up again, Joy, Charlotte, and Michael. Just here, yes, if it's okay. I'll put my hands up in a second. We'll do some energy, but it's not going to be necessarily mine. It might be a lot of angels and love and light. Just here, a resounding yes. Did we get thumbs up?
Yes.
Okay. So I'll put my hand up in Texas. You're in California. This is just sort of the baseline, and my hand just got a little hot. What do you feel with either all of you, or you can put your hand up? I'm not looking.
Power, universal power is simpler than we know. It's right here.
Okay, and my hand's getting really hot, crazy. And I'm gonna
Mhm.
whoosh with this hand and blow. My microphone's up here today. I'm gonna blow Hawaii. We'll let a fourth angel come in, and that's my guardian angel, but a very oceany Min. We'll let her be
Okay,
a chaperone here. We'll blow a little Hawaii your way. You can catch sea spritz here.
great.
Let's go bigger, broader, more fun, higher vibe, whatever you want to call it. Oceany. Here it comes. Susan, how was that?
Good. I hope everyone enjoyed that as well, because his hand that he's holding up is very powerful. And it's really important for us right now to receive that universal power, that it's there for us and only us. And you deserve to hold that power. Yeah.
My hand's like, I don't think I've ever felt it more vibrationally hot before. I mean, it's so much so I'm ready to pull it down. We're going to do one more. And out of this, let a topic come in on the back end for you to go, oh, that reminds me of. But no two of these whooshes are quite the same. Have one of your
Okay.
favorite galactic figures come in to kind of chaperone it as well. And if you don't mind catching either little bubbles, butterflies, stars, light coating if your eyes are closed, I'll make a lot of blowing sounds so you know what's happening. Catch definitely some Hawaii ocean though for fun. Here it comes. And what was that all about, Watson?
It's riding the wave of the power. Power is a wave, it's not a force. So the feeling was this big wave came in. And for me, it was ride the wave. Just ride the wave. Instead of seeing a situation in front of me as something I have to, go up to. And okay, we're gonna, we're gonna get through the fear and let it come forward. And yes, it's gonna happen. It's like ride the wave and it gets you right into the next phase without even, oh yeah, I got there. What do you know? Right? I'm there and I didn't even, and it's the unknown too. There's a lot of unknown these days, a lot of fear of the unknown. So riding the wave, surfing the wave, the rapids, surfing the rapids, riding the rapids is really important to creation, staying in creation. Yeah.
I'm going to bring in Thich Nhat Hanh for you. Have a private chat or hear something, get a hug, a reminder, a mantra, catch some Vietnamese Buddhist temple incense in the air as if it's just right behind you. But then if you could come up with the topic between the two of you for you to keep going on. And I'm getting ear pressure now on both ears. What's he all about? What are you picking up from him right now?
I know. Well, besides the magic of his ears, right? It feels like they're just totally tuned in to everything, everywhere. Um, whew. Wisdom comes in small steps. Wisdom comes in small steps. So we all want to feel wiser, more purposeful, more on purpose, you know, being on top of our game, whatever that is. Wisdom comes in small steps. Yeah.
Talk to us a little bit about your path, whether it was, 30 years ago when you were two or last week. What have you had to let go of, embrace more of, or what have you forgotten along the way? But then you're like, no, the universe stepped in, made sure I remembered. Can you describe some sort of an expansion, two steps back, 20 steps forward, the other? What part of your journey would you like to just briefly share or encapsulate?
Oh boy. Um, do, 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 do. Now I'm starting to think of all the angels that have come along the way.
Do one of
That's
those,
what I want to
absolutely.
embrace.
Pick
But
an
I would
angel. Yep.
say one of the biggest parts of my soul challenge has been, and this relates to my soul heritage, my soul homeworld, what I came to bring here, and all of that relates to not um, feeling safe to trust that I'll be taken care of.
Oh,
And this relates to a bigger piece that the magic of love is always there taking care of you. And the interesting thing is, while I'm saying that, angels always come up at the right time and the right way to take care, give me what I need, etc. So, in essence, that's always happening. But there's this deeper place in me that says, well, you're here to really knock out of the ballpark that idea of safety, because we all want safety, right? We want to feel safe in a human body. Right now, a lot of us don't feel safe. I'll just say a lot of us, in the world, right? Safety comes from divinity. And when I am tuned into divinity, that's the only way I feel safe.
Hmm.
When I'm trying to figure out how to do something, I don't feel safe in the world, whether it relates to driving on the LA highways. It's because I don't feel safe with the human world, right? The human world of crazy drivers, etc. And it's like, wait a minute. They're not in charge of my safety, right? Because that's where hypervigilance comes up. It's that feeling that everybody around you will determine whether you're going to be safe or not, right? How they drive, how they don't drive, if they text, if they don't text, all of that. If they let you in at the right time, they see you coming, all that. It's not about that at all. That sense of that surfing wave of divinity of safety. If I know that's there, then the highway is a dance, for instance. Yeah. So that's been a big one
I
and a
like it.
fun
And
one.
I'll call it faith, religious or non-religious faith, which is just letting go and trusting that the present moment is everything you need and allowing a little more with this, the big heart that everybody has. Okay,
Yes.
you get a choice. I can show light and we'll let the universe do more light. We'll do one or the other, or I can do three random quotes from famous people, movies, Eckhart Tolle, Buddha, and out of the three quotes, we'll see what comes of it. You might react to the quote, you might be like, "Oh, that reminds me of." Which would you like to do? See light or would you like three quotes?
Three quotes, please.
Okay, Marcus Aurelius. Nothing happens to anybody which he is not fitted by nature to bear, sort of what you were just talking about.
Hmm.
And then here's another one. Compassion. This is an angel giving a definition of compassion. Compassion is treat all with kindness and love. And last quote. Let me do this. Everything you are against weakens you. Everything you are for empowers you. Wayne Dyer. Which one did you like the most or react to, or what would you like to share with us?
Marcus Aurelius, please.
Okay, what was your reaction?
Uh,
Nothing happens to anybody which he is not fitted by nature to bear.
absolutely. And yeah, I could live by that. And sometimes I don't. The feeling that's where fear comes from, that I can't bear it. But that's when we're feeling alone, right? When we feel alone, we can't bear something. When we feel disconnected, we can't, it feels like we can't bear something. When we feel connected, we can do anything, right? That's why all these movies come out with superheroes. The feeling is, and they're connected. They're a superhero, right? Yeah. So they have the sense that anything's possible. That's why people love Tom Cruise. He's like, well, sure, let's try that. Why not?
I love it. I'm looking for an angel named Claire, and she's a bright purple light. And one of these days, I'm going to find her. I'm 4 seconds away. She should be just right here. Here she is. Okay, she's resilience, but also clarity. And
Mm.
what does she have to add to the dialogue?
The support you have is endlessly benevolent. Endlessly benevolent if you will believe it and receive it. That's what the heart is all about. It's the receptacle space. When we get out of this idea about safety, we have to be safe. Feel like when we say, I have to be safe, things constrict in
Hmm.
our heart. I need to be safe first. When we say, I am, whatever I said from Claire, we expand, right? Yeah.
What's one thing you've had to let go of in the last decade that wasn't serving you anymore?
You're testing my memory bank. Just one? Just one. Um,
I have four archangels to help you out. Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, Uriel.
well, there's so many things I've had to let go of in the last decade. Um, uh, that my brain is in charge of my financial world.
Hmm.
It's not at all. Money gets into my bank, I have no idea where it came from, right? That can happen. Absolutely. It's like I am not in charge. I don't really look at the statements, but it's like, where did that? Okay, I'll take it. I'll receive it. So my brain is not in charge of my bank account.
If there's a bigger plan for each of us, how can we get out of the thinking, analyzing, resisting, worry, fear, the I need to be safe and I'm in a panic? How do we get out of that and say yes to the universe, yes to angels, make it so, and go a more delightful, enchanting waltz with the universe? And I'll put up, you've already got the answer, but I'll put up six angels for you: Min, Joy, four archangels. It says Archangel Gabriel, but it's Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, Uriel. How can we, and keep it as simple as possible for those watching who just need a little mantra daily to say? It could be as simple as yes to the universe, but what are they saying? What are you saying? And how can we relax, enjoy a smoother ride?
It's going to sound corny, but it's gratitude. It's gratitude, because all fear is past or future
Hmm.
about what might not be, what might be, what was, all of that is all past or future, right? Gratitude, you can only hold in the moment. If you're grateful for something, that gets you right into the moment. Or just thinking of something you love or appreciate, right? As easy as nature, a dog, a chocolate, whatever it is. Oh, chocolate. And that's not my thing, but it seems to be for most. Chocolate. And you're right here. You're right here, something you love or appreciate. Because you might get tired of going, gratitude. I do a gratitude journal every day, and it's right? But when you feel it in your heart, it shifts. It really does shift. Keep it simple, people. Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna do a little seeing without seeing. It just is like the aura stuff or chakra stuff or universal light or whatever. But out of Celestine Prophecy, they showed it in the movie, but Sue Frederick in 2024 from Arizona was like back in the 70s. We were already doing it this way before the movie ever got made. In India, they do it this way. We've done it before. I've got a new background though. I still have the old background foam with black construction paper. Now it's a clipboard. We've advanced. And I'm just going to show some light, tell a dad joke. The more folks at home want to let go, you're seeing with your heart. It's the way if you're playing a video game, you know how to do great at it. Everyone's accusing you of cheating if it's a multiplayer game because you're on fire. Or you're playing backgammon, you roll four doubles in a row. Or just making an omelet, but you know you're making a great omelet, and everyone in the next room is waiting for that omelet. It's so good. Big omelet. Or anything. There's 40 million ways to be here, but there's a billion ways to be stuck, not paying attention, blah, blah, blah. So this is a chance just to breathe more, smile more, relax, and trust the universe. If you need help from angels, ask them to get you out of your head, into your heart, and make it really nice. You'll see a little light between my fingers. The second that is done and you say some colors, let the universe step in and bring you more object, vortices, something fun and exciting, but it'll also bring another topic. So here, more importantly than anything else, is a dad joke. And the dad joke for everybody is where in a hospital? Where in a hospital is the worst place to play hide and seek? Where? In the ICU. Let go and breathe. See a little filament of light between my fingers. Susan, what are you seeing between my fingers?
Ooh, a beautiful gold light that wants to change into different colors.
Okay, and now let the universe, angels, galactic figures, lots of fun figures come in and make it bigger.
Okay.
What are you getting now?
A Ferris wheel of joy. And all of us together are riding on that Ferris wheel.
Oh
And
my
we go
goodness.
on it when we wish to, and we go off of it when we wish to, and we come back and move to the next level of our creation from that place of the Ferris wheel.
That was one of the most creative ones yet. Wow, very fun. Thank you for doing that.
You're welcome.
And I feel like I got to do one more thing. I'm going to shuffle and just see who. Oh, I know. We'll do Geronimo, older Geronimo, who's all about action, but he's a big softy. He's got a serious, older looking, very compassionate looking photo here. Historical photo, Geronimo, unconditional love figure. What's Geronimo have to add to the mix?
You've known for lifetimes. Hold that truth. You've known for lifetimes. When we get in a flurry, I don't know what's going on. It's all unknown. It's crazy. You've known for lifetimes, right? The simplicity of why we're here. The simplicity. Yeah.
So there are little acts people can do each day or whenever they get
Yep.
confused to help them remember to remember, if they can remember, to remember when they remember, that they're just here and now, and maybe a little extra, like you're loved, you're not alone, or don't take things too seriously externally or yourself too seriously. I'll give an example, but then you're going to give an example. I'll give an example to buy more time after that. You give another example. I'll put my hands in water. I'll run over to the sink and just kind of fake wash my hands or just move them around in the water. What do you do to help slow down, pump the brakes, smile more, breathe more, relax more? What's something you do?
Dance.
You put
I
music on or just hear the music on your own?
I hear the music in my, I will hear a song in my head, which is the pace that I'm supposed to dance to, whether it's Jump by Van Halen or it's a love song, which is more peaceful and sensual. I will hear that, but for most people, they don't hear songs necessarily. But again, go to YouTube, go to your whatever your music list is, and just punch in and just go something to get movement going. I just get some movement going, and it shakes it all up, right? When we did the twist years ago, yes, I'm dating myself. It just, shake it up, baby, twist and shout, and we were all brand new people every day. Yep,
I'll name another one. I love wearing bright colors, and I think it makes a difference. Bright lighting and other aesthetic stuff. If and when
true.
you can pay attention, what's something else that you do?
Okay. I think I just said three, didn't I? So the dance, I will change. Usually, if something comes up, I'm either at a computer or dealing with something, and I will just go and look outside and stare at the distance. Just stare in the distance and go, oh, there's a bigger world out there. Oh, yep, bigger world.
And at this end, if I wanted to try to wake up every morning, and the first thing I do is not brush my teeth, remember to use an English sentence or anything else, but if I could come out and look at the recessed lights, and I only do this once in a while, they are the size of beach balls in rainbow light first thing in the morning because the brain, you're not really in your brain, you're you, the bigger you. And your bigger you can see rainbow light around all those lights. So it's available 24/7. But you
Mm,
have to really relax. You have to be chillaxed. It's better just to come out of sleep. And again, before you've had a cup of coffee, done anything, talked with anyone, can't check your messages, you just turn on those recessed lights that are up there and you'll see a huge amount of light. But then your thinking will start to kick in. You can witness, as Eckhart Tolle said, yourself talking. What am I looking at again? Ooh, that's pretty, but what am I looking at? And it shrinks. And finally, about 5 sentences later, it'll get extinguished and it
mm.
does look like a normal recessed light. Okay, that was a really long answer.
Wow,
What's one
that's a
more from you
good
about
one.
pump
That's a
brakes?
good one. Um, I will step away from the problem, basically. It's another sort of action step where if I'm going, oh my gosh, that person didn't call me back. Why didn't they call me back? Where are they? What's going on? I'll go, up, step away. Step away. Go put your attention on something else for a minute and come back to it. Yeah, just step away.
Before you answer this question, This is one of those hot topics, or at least it was hot 2 years ago. I'm going to put up seven angels for you to just quietly have a chat. The topic's manifesting, and there's a lot of different ways to say it, allowing, letting the universe do the work. Here's five angels: Joy, Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, Uriel. And if you can just say got it when you got something from them, I'll put up two more, Charlotte and Min, and have a little go back and forth. Here's Charlotte and Min as I pull these guys back. There's something about manifesting that you already could talk about ad infinitum, but
Yeah.
they're going to add something to the mix.
Right.
Okay,
Okay, hold
so
on.
what have you got for us about the idea of trying to bring something in? Or I'll quote Dale and Angel, who I haven't put up today. He said, dream big in English, dream big and bring it forward, which I think is kind of another way to say manifesting.
Mm. Okay. I don't want to go into my head at all. What they're saying is manifestation starts as an energy. And yes, we talk about, feeling it as it is and all of that, but it starts as an energy. So what do you want? Toss it up to the universe and make sure that that universal heart connection, bring it into that heart connection. The heart of the matter is I'm dreaming about this. This is the heart of the matter. And this is going to be held sacred in my universal heart. And nothing can take that away. Nothing can take something from it. It's like it's there, it's big, it's real, and you're going to hold it sacred. That's the main thing. And then you hold it sacred in your sacred heart as well. But what they're saying is there's a sacred heart to hold it in, like it's in this precious temple, sacred site, pyramid of your creation that you're holding sacred and knowing that it's being worked on at every level.
What's one of your favorite mantras to just repeat quietly to yourself? It could be on a walk before you go to bed at night. What's something that you love to use to either raise your vibe or bring in something?
Well, there's new ones all the time, as you can imagine. Ah, so a new one that has come to me is something sacred is in motion here.
Ooh.
Yeah, something sacred is in motion here.
Who's your number one angel?
I don't have one. I work so much with collective, I can't keep it to one. I have to admit, I see them all as groups,
Two
all as
planes,
groups.
two plane
Although,
tickets.
what's that?
United drops off two unlimited plane tickets to anywhere in the world and a knock at the door, and it's going to be an angel in human form. One of your angels, your guides, has shown up in human form. You're going to go
Okay.
for 3 weeks anywhere in the world and just hang out. Which
Mm.
angel are you going to choose to be that companion on the United flight? Where are you headed?
Ooh.
And this is not easy. It could change a week from now. If you did another interview, got asked this question, you won't. But
Yeah.
which angel are you choosing today for that 3 week trip? And then where would you go?
Um, right now, I would choose the angel of joy, whoever she is. She's got a lot of names, thank goodness. The angel of joy, and it would be Greece.
Ooh,
Mhm.
island, Athens, or the east western side of Greece on the other side of the peninsula?
Well, that's a good question. I need to explore it for 3 weeks to do it all.
Good answer, safe answer.
Islands for sure.
What are you excited about for the spiritual industry as a whole, the collective that you've been noticing lately? Are people becoming more flexible? Is there more possibility ahead? What are you noticing that's a positive trend out there?
I would say they're moving out of fear and shutdown as though that's going to keep them safe and protected. So the positive part of that is going into, well, if things are going to go to hell in a handbasket or whatever people are feeling unconsciously, right? Because it reminds them of Atlantis falling and Lemuria falling, and they don't understand why. They're just sort of like, I don't know what to do here. This is all out of my comfort zone. They're starting to realize that, well, if something bad does happen, so to speak, that they consider bad and unrepairable or whatever this whole scare is, that they want to be filling their life tank full to the fullest, right? Instead of going, well, if we're all going, we're all going. It's like, no, I want to be full and free for as long as I possibly can. That's starting to emerge, which is fantastic.
Who
Yeah.
are some of your favorite either authors, teachers these days, channels, or
Oh, yeah, you
books?
know what? I don't like answering that question. I'm sorry.
Is there one that you do look upon as a favorable light or a good reminder for us all? Even an old book.
No, because I no, I don't know. I've always been a pretty self-made. My guides are the ones that guide me, and that's part of my path is to be able to because I've developed what I've developed pretty much on my own,
Yep.
right? So that's part of my path is to just listen and bring it in and listen and bring it in and listen and bring it in, versus having a lot of spiritual teachers. And I don't read a lot of those books either.
It's okay because
Sorry.
I've got another way to rephrase the whole question that this one is a
Okay, good.
surefire,
I had to be
surefire.
honest. I had
Yeah,
to be
no,
honest.
that worked. What's one musical band that you find is so elevating and high vibe that you can't help but name the band or singer?
Okay. Well, this is a bit of a teenage fantasy also. Okay. I mean, I had the Beatles when I was a teenager, and then in my 20s I was in a spiritual community, so I didn't do bands much. But there's an English band called Westlife. I know, see, nobody's heard of them in this part of the country. They finally did a tour here, but they are very upbeat. All their songs make you feel good. And it's they used to be a boy band. Now they're in their early 40s and they're still clean as a whistle, wholesome Irish lads, and have the best time together. And it's like it's a model of something so beautiful that they continually create music that's uplifting and fun. And they have fun as a band, and they still feel like they're 18 years old, which is great. We all need those teenage bands that to never grow up, and they're in a way that they're not playing like they're 18, but they have that energy of everything's fantastic in the world and the world's our oyster, and they haven't been harmed in the gosh 20 years they've been doing it, 25. Yeah, actually they started when they were about 14 or 15. Simon Cowell found them, so
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I know. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna name a singer. It's or performer, musician, whatever. But Grimes, super high vibe. Her music runs the gamut. A little bit of shouting in there once in a while, but just to me, super high vibe and super complex, multi-level stuff going on all at once. Which I used to say it was Radiohead that I thought had the most complex and fun music, but she came along and wow, there's a lot of levels or depth to it. Like I think she's from somewhere else and bringing in
And what's her name again?
Grimes, Grimes. At one point,
Oh, it's just straight Grimes, right? I
Grimes, yeah,
think I've
it's
heard, yeah,
Claire
I've heard of her.
Boucher, I think, out of Canada originally,
Yeah,
but she had
asked her
been
mother that.
connected to Elon Musk. They had a child together, X. Now, the music's not going to be for everybody. If you hit the wrong song, you're never going to listen to the rest of it. But if you can go with what's popular on Spotify, maybe you can find, it's slow, it's fast, it's upbeat, a lot of alto, and so on.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
Fascinating. Yeah.
Okay, what sort of background do you have with all these lifetimes? Off-world, galactic, angelic? How would you want to describe? Is it personal? You just want to say you're a high vibe, positive person here to help guide others? How forthright do you want to be? How shy do you want to be? And what way could you phrase it to answer that question?
Well, I am very positive and uplifting and inspiring, but I'm on a mission as well. But not in a hard way.
Mm.
It's the phrase for me is it's never too late to fall in love with your life. That is enlightenment, is being in love with your life and being able to say, I love my life. That to me is enlightenment. On the larger scale of things, I'm working in with people all the time, taking them on guided journeys to home world, universes, all sorts of places. So that's an extremely important part of the mission, is to bring all of that together. Because without all of that, you can't be in love with your life. You can't just be in love with your life because it's a good human life. You're in love with your life because you're connected to so much, as you know, that floats our boat, that turns us on. That's yeah. Mm-hmm.
What's one more bit of advice you can get before we wrap this up? It's before bed, and you've actually cut out a little bit of time. Instead of devices, TV, this or that, you're trying to create a little space between when you shut your eyes, maybe after you brush your teeth. What's something someone can do? And maybe not necessarily gratitude. What's another moment a person can cultivate just before they hit the pillow
Or on the pillow?
or on the pillow?
On the pillow. Okay. Um, Going through your body and touching it and being with it and letting it come to rest. So yes, there might be a little gratitude, but it may be just a love thing. Wow. Just, oh, yes, yes, yes. It can be very simple. Yes, 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 down to my toes. And you can say phrases, whatever you want, but there's a feeling that all of you is included. All of you is included. I'm a collective here, and I'm a beautiful, wonderful collective of essences of spirit, and one big spirit running through all of this, and just yeah. And I look forward to time with the angelic realm that I get to be with when I sleep.
All is well. I love that. Last item. I'd love for you to come up with a fresh mantra, one that we haven't touched upon so far in the whole
Whoa.
show, a fresh mantra, and you're going to repeat it 3 times for folks to feel what they can feel, take you in a broader level. But I'm going to put up an angel named Joy first, just to clear the decks, to buy you a little bit of time for the mantra. Can you have Joy give us a final reminder for the audience? What do
of
you
a,
get
of a
from
mantra.
Oh, no, just in general. What's Joy's
Oh,
final reminder for everybody out there that you're hearing from her?
okay. Believe it or not, love truly is all there is that matters. It's not all there is, but it's all there is that matters.
And now, Suzanne, what's your mantra that you'll repeat 3 times for us?
Mm. It's here, it's now, it's alive. It's here, it's now, it's alive within me. It's here, it's now, it's alive within me.
I love that one. Susann Taylor Shier, amazing guest as always. Thank you so much for the spontaneity of this interview and being so patient, incredible, and participatory.
Absolutely. We did it together. And thank you to everybody that was here creating it with us. Have fun with it like we did.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.